here to be the narrator for my trip. A anti-motion sickness strap, and as you can see, the crayon in front of me has a cat in front of it to name mine after my cat. I missed my animals very much. Oh my god. Huge bubbles, and it was actually really cool there. Obviously you can tell that I was really missing my cat that day because that looks like my... Hello everybody, and welcome to part 2 of my trip to Orlando. So for today's part of the trip, I was initially going to be putting 2 days in one, just like I did yesterday. However, when I did put both days in one, it ended up being 40 minutes of raw footage. And on top of the fact I'm going to be editing, narrating, and talking in between the clips, it just wasn't going to work out, and it was actually going to be a full-on 1 hour vlog, which nobody wants that. And in the end, I've realized, and I'm going to say it right now, this is a 6-part series. The only reason why it is a 6-part series is because I don't want these videos to be super long, to the point where nobody will watch them. I want you guys to enjoy them, and I want you guys to really be able to process and intake everything that I'm showing you guys without it being too overwhelming or it being too long. So I really want you guys to process everything, you know, in little bites instead of just swallowing it all whole. I mean, we love a sister swallow, but not for this video. For today's part of my trip, I'm actually going to show you when I went to Animal Kingdom. Now, this exact day was my little brother's birthday. It was July 9th. And we made our way to Walt Disney World Animal Kingdom. Now, I think the big difference you guys notice here from New York and LA to Orlando is that there's a lot more greenery in Orlando than there is in both places combined. I've never seen so many trees in my life. Literally, I'm not even kidding. Literally, I've never seen so many trees in my life. And I've never seen so many empty space in my life. Usually I only see apartment after apartment after apartment after complex after mansion after McMansion. And there is the signature let's vlog the entrance of Walt Disney World, because we have to remember this moment, because I will possibly most likely never go back there because of the humidity in the summer. I may go back there in the winter just because I want to go there when it's colder and less humid, but it's also like a tropical state, so I guess we had to find a balance. And oh, look at that. Welcome to Walt Disney World. Before we entered the park at all, we actually went to the Rainforest Cafe, which you'll see right here. Ah, yes, the Rainforest Cafe. There's one here in Anaheim, but I've never been to it, mainly because when I go, it's always closed because I leave so late from Disneyland. But it was so nice to finally go inside. It is actually like a rainforest, and it's so insane how everything looks and feels so lifelike, and it's definitely an immersive experience. This was actually the little cake that they gave my little brother for his birthday because he had the birthday pin on. And then after that, we went inside Animal Kingdom, and we actually went through a secret entrance that led us into Dino Land, which is more like for children. It's definitely a lot, there's more kiddie rides in there than in the rest of the park. And oh look, there's a crocodile. Now I'm gonna warn you right now, this isn't the only crocodile you will see in this series of vlogs. Or alligator. Is it an alligator or a crocodile? I'm not sure. One or the other. Is not going to be the last one you'll see in this series. Let me just tell you that. So get ready for that, I think, in the next part. And then we went in this ride, and I'm not good with heights, so that's why everybody else is higher than me. I stayed ground level where it's safe. And then hopefully if my editor, aka one of my personalities, edits this to zoom it in, you will see that there was an exhibit with a lot of monkeys in there. And I always see monkeys here in the zoo, but it was nice to see them in a much more different environment. It definitely looks a lot more bigger than in the environment that they're in here in LA, which is amazing. So yes, I am caked and baked. But basically, after we went to the Dino Land, we made our way across Asia and Africa within the park to make it to the safari that they have, which is this really huge immersive safari where you get to see the animals in their own environment and in their own habitat where they're naturally supposed to be in, and you get to ride in this not cargo van, this like safari, how do I pronounce it? Let's just say it was a car. you go through a car, you go through all of the animals, all of the exhibits, and what you're about to see, well, it's the closest I'll ever be to wildlife. Let me just say that.
Now those legs may make you think that they're related to a zebra, but friends, they're actually the closest known relative to the giraffe. Black rhinos can weigh up to 3,000 pounds, but they are one of the smallest species of rhino. Unfortunately, there's only about 5,000 black rhinos left out in the wild due to poaching. They are poached for their horns. Hippo in the water there on our left. Hippos can stay under the water for up to 8 minutes at a time before they need to come up for a breath of air. Can crush those very large jaws. Stay fully seated for me, friends. Friends in the back, fully seated, thanks. Those Nile crocodile can crush their jaws. Fully seated for me, friends. African wild dogs are the most successful pack hunters in Africa, even more successful than lions. Now friends, they have enough stamina they can chase down their prey until their prey collapses from exhaustion. Now those brown antelopes on our left-hand side, those are sable antelopes. Sable antelopes are the emblem of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Their horns are positioned backwards. That does allow them to defend themselves against predators. That is a Maasai giraffe on our left-hand side. Those are also Ankole cattle on our left. Ankole cattle have very long horns, as you can see. Those horns can reach up to 6 feet in length. They may look really heavy, but friends, they're actually very light. That is because they're mostly hollow, except for a honeycomb-like structure that does allow them to circulate blood up into those horns.
Oh my god.
And cool it down and then return it back to their bloodstream.
Hello.
Now friends, you might be able to see that giraffe's long tongue sticking out of its mouth. It is a prehensile tongue, and that does just mean that it is very muscular. Now I can't stay right there just because that giraffe is a little too close to us. They'll live out the rest of their lives as solitary animals. Only takes them about 3 seconds to reach that speed. Now they can't maintain that speed for very long, only 15 to 20 hours of their day.
Oh my god.
Friends, please don't whistle. Thanks.
Now look, honestly, I've been to the zoo here and it's become kind of this tradition with my mom and my siblings and me. It's kind of in this tradition that we do during spring break, although we didn't do it this year, but we've done it for the past 4 or 5 years, I want to say, where we go to the LA Zoo here that's like near our house every single year. We visit the lions. We've now made a joke that hopefully this year the lion will be awake, and he's never awake. And she's never awake either. Both the lioness and the lion are never awake. So when we went to the safari, we thought that there was going to be a lion. We said, okay, great. Hopefully this time it'll be awake. What happens? It's not awake. Lions sleep for so long, I don't know how they're not legally dead. They sleep for 20 hours maximum and 16 hours minimum, and that is a lot. I can barely sleep through 8 hours. Like, honestly, I don't like sleeping that much. I'm not a big sleeper. The least I will ever sleep is 4 hours, and I'll be fine throughout the day. The most I'll sleep is like 8 or 10 hours. So I'm not a heavy sleeper, and I don't like taking naps either. I don't like sleeping in the day, so I don't get how these lions can sleep for that long. But they weren't awake again, per usual. And next what you're about to see, which I stupidly didn't mention in the little intermission I put in a couple of seconds ago, is that what you're about to see next is actually a bird show that they were having based around the movie Up, and you will see the characters, the little boy and the dog. Dog will be there, and you're gonna see a ton of birds there. It was actually a really fun show, and the birds literally swooped in like right above us, which was really crazy. I thought one of them was gonna poke my eye out. I was gonna be like, yay, great, I won't have to see my ugly face ever again. But unfortunately that didn't happen. But it was a fun experience, and now it's your turn to see that fun experience.
Hello, my name is Russell, and I am a wilderness explorer in Tribe 54, Sweat Lodge 12. So, Boss Russell, tell us about your furry friend. He's my dog. We found him in South America, and he's trained. Shriek boy. Speak boy.
Hi there.
Hi, you can talk. Oh, tell us your name, boy.
My name is Doug. I have just met you, and I love you.
Oh, I love you too, Doug. A good wilderness explorer loves all animals.
Just like our motto says.
Exactly. We say,
An explorer is a friend to all, be it plant or fish or tiny mole.
you all know this part. Everyone repeat after us.
The wilderness must be explored.
Now you.
The wilderness must be explored.
Come on, come on.
Come on, come on. Roar.
Ball.
That's exactly right, Russell. They get their name from an Old English word piebald, which actually translates to of different colors, kind of like their white and brown feathers.
Oh, I think bald eagles are absolutely majestic.
Yeah, and inspiring. Not too long ago, the bald eagle was placed on the endangered species list. Then, through conservation efforts, all of us played a part, helping their populations to recover. Well, I'm happy to say the bald eagle is no longer an endangered species.
Here, I can withstand the heat because obviously I live in LA, but I cannot like support the humidity. It's too much, so I've literally been drinking everything possible to keep me from sweating, but I can't avoid it.
6.5
literally
hours later.
We're in Avatar, by the way. God. Hold on. Oh my God. My arm. Okay, before I say anything, anything that you guys would already know, let me just tell you something that you guys would also already know, that going to theme parks in Orlando is no joke. It is not like going to theme parks here in California. Obviously, it's the same ones, Universal, Disney, SeaWorld, Legoland. It's the same ones. The only difference is that Florida's theme parks are a lot more bigger and a lot more massive than the ones here. So it is no joke to walk around for so many hours on end, and on top of the fact that it's hot, it is also humid. And on top of the fact that it's hot and humid, there's really little ventilation except if you go inside a restaurant or a gift shop or a ride. So on top of the fact that we were outside in the heat for 2.5 hours. Put that into perspective. Waiting in line for 2.5 hours for a 5-minute ride was just not worth it. I am sorry. I don't care how beautiful and mesmerizing and mystifying and amazing the Avatar ride was. No. It is not worth a 2-hour wait. I am so sorry, but no. I do not think that ride is worth 2 hours to wait. We were intending on getting fast passes, but literally in the morning they were all sold out. Everybody booked it the day before, which I should have done, but we really didn't know where we were gonna go. On Sunday we were like, okay, should we go to Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios? Which one should we go to? We were really indecisive as to where we were gonna go, so that's why I didn't get the fast passes the night after. And when we tried to get them in the morning, they were all gone. And honestly, that's what angered me the most, so much that I didn't even film the rest of the day. That was the last clip of today, by the way. Honestly, not Jeffree Star approved. It's still so tough to wrap the fact around my head that I waited 2.5 hours for a 5-minute ride. Although I did wait 5 or 6 hours for a failed convention in the hot sun as well. So I'm kind of used to waiting in line, I bet, that by this point. So it's not something new. It's not something out of this world. It's just me. It's just a part of me now. But both things I still can't wrap around my head yet. Both things I still cannot wrap around my head. The fact that I waited so long to be disappointed in that way. Oh my God, don't go to the Avatar ride. Or if you do, get fast passes, please. Like, really important. Get fast passes, because they are God at Disney World. They really are. They are your savior. They are your Lord at Disney World, those fast passes. And what sucks is that you can only get 3 fast passes, and what sucks on top of that is that you have to schedule, you basically have to schedule an appointment to enter the ride. You can't just go anytime you want, and you can only go one time. If you want to go another time on the ride, you're gonna have to wait in the line again. So I guess that's the one thing that sucks about Disney parks, is that you can only get 3 fast passes and you have to book an appointment for them. But it's better than waiting 2 hours in the hot, humid sun with really little ventilation and really little water supply. It was basically them being in the desert.
We're in Muppet Vision now. They canceled Fantasmic.